Welcome back to Footballology. So last week I did my All Footballology offensive team. I was really excited about the video when I put it out. I still feel really good about it. It was a great video. If you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and go over there and check it out. Put the link in the description box down below. But yeah, that was a really solid team. Now, when we switch to the defensive side of the ball, I'm a huge defensive guy. I do believe the saying of defense wins championships. Obviously, the last three Super Bowls, was because of the defense of winning those games. And I just think that's so true. And so when it comes to defense, I'm going to talk a little bit more about these guys. And I really hope you guys enjoy the video. So let's get right into it.
Drop down and shake, shake. Drop down and shake, shake. Drop down and shake, shake. Drop down and shake. Drop down and shake, shake. Drop down.
So to start off on my All Footballology defensive side of the ball, I got J.J. Watt. Everybody's going to have him on their All-Pro team. There's no reason why you shouldn't have him on your All-Pro squad. I just think that this guy definitely changes the game. He does. He's that freak of nature that everyone keeps talking about. He's a guy that has great size, great speed, great athleticism, and I think he just brings it all to the table. And then his leadership qualities is something else that a lot of people don't talk about. But I think he has an ability just to change the game around. And I mean, everyone would agree with me. This is more or less a no-brainer. If you guys want to see my other two defensive linemen, go to the description box below. I'm going to have Dontari Poe at the nose tackle because I like the 3-4. So I have Dontari Poe at the nose tackle. I definitely feel like he's a true nose tackle, and we don't see those guys anymore. But at the same time, he's also a guy that's a little bit underrated when it comes to the pass rushing side of things. And then at the right end spot, I'm going to have, or left end, it just depends on how you want to play him. I'm going to have Wilkerson. I definitely feel like that's another guy that from the defense end spot that can change the game and brings a lot of pass rush ability from that end spot, from the 3-4 end spot, than a lot of people give him credit for. I definitely feel like that's insane. When you think about a 3-4 defensive linemen in general, those guys are just supposed to eat up space and allow the linebackers to roam around and make plays. And so Wilkerson being one of those guys that can get up the field, but at the same time can stop the run. You got J.J. Watt, a guy that can pass rush, but at the same time can stop the run. And then Dontari Poe being one of the game's true nose tackles. There's a guy up in Baltimore as well, last name Williams. I think like Brandon Williams or something like that. I might be wrong. But he's also a true nose tackle. He's a guy that could probably be on my All-Pro team, my second All-Pro team. But Dontari Poe, another guy that can stop the run and definitely can help out in the pass game. So those are my three defensive linemen. Let me know what you guys think about those guys. Now we're going to move to the heart and the soul of the defense, and that's in the middle linebacker core. Like I said, I love to run in the 3-4. Starting off with Luke Kuechly. I'm not sure if Luke Kuechly would be successful in a 3-4, but I think he would have the opportunity to make a lot of great plays because he's a solid zone linebacker, and his awareness and his play rec is so amazing. His ability to diagnose plays and see where the ball is going and things like that, and just his ability to read the quarterback's eyes, I think he definitely brings that to the table. And then also, once again, a guy that can definitely help out in the run game, and that's really big and important. I think that he's an all-around linebacker when it comes to it. And there's no reason why he shouldn't be on anybody else's All-Pro team, but I definitely feel like he's a solid guy. Next, I have Luke Kuechly's running mate, Bobby Wagner. Now, you put Luke Kuechly in the middle with Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner, once again, has some of the same traits as a Luke Kuechly. He's a guy that can definitely attack the run game, and I think there was some crazy statistics when he was out for Seattle, how they struggled against the run because he wasn't in there. But I definitely feel like Bobby Wagner is one of those guys that, once again, plays a run extremely well, pays a pass, I think, almost to a point. I'm not going to say exactly, but I feel like his passing defense is a little bit underrated, and he sometimes doesn't get as much credit for it as he should, but definitely feel like he helps out Seattle in that aspect as well. And put him and Luke Kuechly next to each other, I think a lot of people will be so mad and frustrated, and the ability for those guys to shut down the run together, I think it would be impossible for people to run against. Next, we got my outside linebacker, Justin Houston, Kansas City guy. I definitely feel like he's a solid outside linebacker, and his ability to rush the passer, if you ask anybody, when it comes to a 3-4 defense, I think, to me personally, the top two needs for a solid 3-4 defense is your outside linebackers and your nose tackle. If you don't have those three components in place, it's really hard for you to do pretty much anything else. You put so much pressure on your other front four guys if you don't have those three guys working as well as they should. So Justin Houston, once again, a guy that's underrated in the run defense, but definitely a solid run defender. He don't get credit for it because he still put up 22 sacks. Everybody's like, oh, he just rushed the passer. The dude's a solid guy that can set the edge when against the run game and definitely get upfield against the quarterback when it's time to do that. So definitely Justin Houston coming off one side. I thought about the alignment, and I would like to pit Justin Houston over Muhammad Wilkerson on that side, and I think that you pit Justin Houston over Muhammad Wilkerson and let those two dudes work off that side, stunts and all kind of crazy stuff coming off that side. And it'd definitely be, I think it would be more of a speed rush side compared to the other two guys I'm going to have. Next, for the guy I'm going to have standing on J.J. Watt's side, it's Khalil Mack. And so I know a lot of people are going to give me hell for this, but I feel like Khalil Mack is a better pass rusher than Von Miller. Yeah, I said it. He's a better pass rusher than Von Miller. More consistent, stays healthy, and he's on the field, and he's going to be that guy that's going to give you a full 16. And so put him over J.J. Watt's side, and I think the dude's already a beast. He's an animal. Real quick story. I told my friend before the 2014 draft, I said I'd rather play Jadeveon Clowney 2 times a year because, in my personal opinion, he's only going to show up for 2 quarters out of those 8 quarters, and then rather play Khalil Mack 2 times a year. So I was praying and hoping that Houston would take Khalil Mack and then let Jadeveon Clowney fall to Oakland, and then the rest would have been history. But they took Khalil Mack, and I was really mad about that. I was kind of peeved on that. The dude's a beast, though. He definitely is a guy that can definitely get up the field against the quarterback. He can also help out in the run game, and so he's just, I feel like he's more of a power rusher. So now I think with him and J.J. Watt being on the same side, there's more of a power rush side, and those guys can definitely just pit any tackle or any guard on their butts and just get up the field and sack the quarterback, and then obviously the quarterback won't have any time. But if I pitted him against my all-pro defense, or my all-pro offense, that would be an interesting matchup depending on that side, you know, coming off. Let's say they line up on defensive left, so offensive right? So they'd be going against Mitchell Schwartz and then Kyle Long. Coming off that side, it's going to be really interesting, the stunts and the twists and everything they would have. Just that power that they would be coming off that side would just be insane. Now it's time for the skill positions of the defense, if you will. I got Patrick Peterson at CB1. I definitely feel like Patrick Peterson is the best corner in the NFL, and I know a lot of people are going to give me hell for that, but people give me hell for everything I say. But I definitely feel like Patrick Peterson is the #1 corner, and the reason why I say that is because he can press you, he can still keep up with the fastest guys, and he's still long and big enough to contest with some of the bigger receivers out there. So once again, if you put him against my offensive all-pro squad that I have, he would be lined up on Julio. I think with his speed and ability and strength that he can still match up Julio really well. And he would just be able to not so much shut down Julio on that side of the field, but definitely allow Julio to struggle a little bit more. There we go. And it would be a really interesting fight between those guys back and forth. And I think that'd be a really solid matchup to watch. But Pat P's my now for my CB2, Darrelle Revis. Once again, Darrelle matched up on AJ Green. It seems like a mismatch when it comes to height and things of that nature, but I definitely feel like that Darrelle Revis with this press ability and just his ability to diagnose the play, just like a Luke Kuechly, to see the ball thrown before it's even thrown, I think will allow him to play AJ Green a lot more tougher. And those guys, I feel like their skill sets, if you kind of like mirror image guys, I think Patrick Peterson and Julio has mirror images of one another. And then you have Darrelle Revis and AJ Green. I feel like they could be mirror images of one another as well. They are not the fastest guys, but they have different abilities and techniques and things to put them in positions to look like they're faster than what they really are. They think faster, so therefore they play faster. So Darrelle Revis is definitely my CB2. I definitely feel like that'd be a good matchup between him and AJ Green. It'd be really interesting. Now we have Deone Bucannon, and I'm putting him in my strong safety position. I know a lot of my Cardinal fans out there are gonna be like, well, you know, Deone's a middle linebacker. That's where he thrives in that and all that. Deone is a beast, strong safety. I feel like Arizona had a lot of D-backs, and they wanted to find different ways to pit guys on the field. And this is one of those guys you couldn't refuse to pit on the field. Like, you couldn't say, oh, no, can't pit you on the field today because we got somebody else starting in your position. No, he's a guy that you had to find a ways to play, and just his ability to man cover and things like that. But really, the reason why I want him in my strong safety position is because I definitely feel like he's a hard hitter. He can definitely play inside the box, help out with the run defense. But then at the same time, I think he has enough ability and enough athleticism to keep up with a tight end, aka Travis Kelce, and be able to at least control and, you know, be there, hang with him a little bit more than a lot of the other strong safeties in the league, in my personal opinion. But Deone Bucannon definitely is a solid strong safety. He was a guy that I wanted the Chiefs to draft. He was like this close to falling to us, but he didn't. But dude's such a beast. I think he's like he's one of my top favorite players in the NFL right now. Now, one of the key pieces to all secondaries is that free safety position. Earl Thomas, I definitely feel like he's probably one of the best free safeties, if not the best free safety in the league right now. The guy plays sideline to sideline, literally. I think he goes from the far left to the far right and just has that ability and that knack to find the ball, and he just knows how to get there before the ball even gets there or before the receiver has a chance to play on the ball. Real quick story about Earl Thomas and his situation. When he was coming out in the draft, I knew what he was. I knew he was going to play the way he was. But I told a friend of mine, I was like, I don't think he's going to stay in the league that long. I didn't think he was going to be this productive, or he was going to be this productive but inconsistently productive because he was going to be hurt so many times. I didn't think his body was going to allow him to withstand the way he wanted to play. I thought he was going to be another Bob Sanders, but he wasn't. This guy was definitely solid, and this guy's been solid. So in a way, if you're a Seattle fan, I owe you an apology because I didn't see this coming, but I seen it coming. I didn't think he was going to be on the field long enough. I thought his career was going to end on an injury. I'm glad it didn't. I'm glad this guy lived up to the hype and more. The year that he came out was like the year of the safeties. It was him, Eric Berry, Taylor Mays was the guy everyone was looking at. Cam Chancellor even came out that year. So that was the year of the safety, and Earl Thomas was just one of those guys I couldn't hang my hat on because I didn't think he was durable enough, but it definitely proved me wrong and proved to me that, hey, dude has a Lambo. Like, I can't say it enough. Dude has a Lambo. And that's pretty much, that's it. I mean, that's the secondary of solidness right there. Good speed, good technique, and good skill set. I think guys are just, shut it down, crazy. Real quick, also my nickel spot, go down in the description box and look at that. My nickel spot would be Jason Verrett. I think he'd definitely be able to hang with Antonio Brown a little bit. Actually, he did hang with Antonio Brown just a smidge on the Monday night game that they had this previous season. But definitely has the lateral quickness and inside agility that Antonio Brown has. Once again, mirror images of one another. If Verrett can stay healthy, I definitely feel like he could be a top corner in this league. But I hope the guy can stay healthy. But as a nickel spot, dude would be a beast, shutdown guy, in my personal opinion. That's all I have for you guys today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go check out my offensive side of the ball. That offensive side of the ball match up against this defensive side of the ball will be crazy insane. I think Le'Veon running the ball with Luke and Bobby trying to, tackle him, and Muhammad and Dontari Poe and J.J. Watt. Like, it's just, I would literally go pay that for that game. And I know it's a Pro Bowl game, but I'm saying, let's say the Super Bowl is on the line. This is your ring. This is your game to get into the Hall of Fame. And let's watch these guys go work. And that game would be so good. Like, if they had double and triple, quadruple overtimes, that's what this game would probably be, in my personal opinion. But I really hope you guys enjoyed these videos. If you haven't seen it, offensive side of the ball, definitely go check that out once again. And if you're not a footballologist yet, I don't know what you're waiting on. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel today and become a footballologist. And stay safe, football fans.